And I'm building a service that makes autobiography. My customers are people who are looking for a very personalized and unique birthday present. And the final product that I want to deliver is an actual printed, hardcover, glorious album that has stories, pictures about the day, the year, the city where you were born, that follows you through the life and talks about the games and toys you played when you were a kid, movies you watched and sitcoms. Unlike other nostalgia-based products on the market, I want to deliver high quality and very high level of personalization to both the person who ends up reading this book and to the person who buys the book. That's the pitch. So, and the reason, like, just before we start the discussion, like the reason I'm here, that I have two vectors that I need to attack. One, acquiring customers, and two, acquiring data. So one of the main challenges for me is finding photos from 50s, 60s, 70s that are in public domain, or finding any information, any related information about cities, news, or anything else that is in the public domain. And of course acquiring customers at the same time. Please.
It sounds like a great idea 40 years from now, when you've got everybody's
Yeah.
history, and you can just go back and create it all from that.
And the publishing platform, I would submit your ELURB.
What does it do?
It publish.
Oh, the publishing. I looked at only Lulu, but yeah,
They're similar.
I wonder if you could make the product, I mean, based on that, I wonder if you could make the product that feeds this service. So it's a product that basically preps, you know, like watches all your media usage and then preps the ability for people to give you this gift or you buy it for yourself. You know what I mean? Like
my
it's
initial
actually a
market
trolling.
research showed that like the person who I would buy this kind of book for right now in his 50s or 60s, so he may not even have a Facebook account. Like majority of the people, maybe like in the next 5 years, who this book would potentially be given, like they have no idea what the social media
You
is.
could start making money now from this generation that once, when they're 50, have collected all the data now.
I can try.
Well, there is
Lifelock.
information right now. I mean, there is a version of this that happens now. And there's companies that will do that. You send them in your photos, or you scan your photos, and they'll put together a book. My parents had a 50th wedding anniversary in November of last year, and my sister, my niece, did something very similar to that. LexisNexis, I mean, they scan all the information of the world in there. So if you could actually put some type of connection, the pictures in, so you could look up the information wherever they were reported or recorded or anything on that.
I agree. Like the twist that I want to put on this idea is that it's marketed to the person who is buying. Like the person needs to go to, let's say, a 50th birthday to a rich guy, or like he has everything. Like he has all the toys he needs. You need to bring something unique and personalized, and all you know is just the city where he was born, date, and the year. Like what I'm trying to offer, something that builds. Please.
Oh, okay. So, three thoughts. One, public domain stuff is crap. So, if you actually have content that you're going to get from somewhere else, you have to pay for it. Because you're not going to find good stuff that's public domain that's in the last 80 years. Second, there are you can go to the store and buy birthday cards. Your year in 1950, your birth year in 1952 or whatever, and those are also crap. And here you are, you're saying this is for everybody, or this is for rich people. I think there may be the ability to do something like this, but you have to narrow it down much farther. This is for people interested in baseball teams. This is for people who have kids who are 3 to 6 years old. I mean, I don't know which, those are obviously very different. But I think you have to narrow it way down, or else you're going to end up producing crap, and no one's going to be interested.
But public domain, there's a ton of public domain information. I mean, the database is huge. It's just a matter of getting to it.
Okay, so this is not a textbook. This is a book with pretty pictures. This is a book that's supposed to look nice that we want to put on the coffee table.
The trick is making it personalized, right? How do you
And personalized. We're gonna get that.
Well,
The public domain isn't where it's
if
at.
you're going to go and visit this, this guy's house and give him a birthday present, but you don't know him that well, I don't know how you're going to be able to get all this
No,
information.
the level of personalization is going to be just based on his birthday and like the city
So it's
where
like
he was born. Basically, like
not an
all,
almanac, but like
yeah, like what else happened on your
But
birthday,
that's,
or like what
yeah.
to.
that's not going to be very personal. Over a lifetime, I could have lived in 20 different cities, you know, and 20 different countries.
Right.
Doesn't the FBI have a service like that?
I think you could start creating that for people now. And there's a guy called Dustin Curtis. He's a graphic designer in the Bay Area. He's got an about page, which basically is a timeline of his life from when he was born and all the important events. And he stretches it all the way out, projects into the future. At age 63, he's going to have a heart attack. So he's got all this kind of stuff on his timeline, and it's really cool. And he's annotated with important events in his life. So he's creating a version of that for anybody right now. But that's the kind of thing where I think you could bring this. I think trying to sell to an older generation now, they don't have their childhood in a digital format, so it's really tough. But if you could start to create that information now and sell people on, it's not like it's kind of like a diary or a journal, but it's it's in bigger chunks than just a day-by-day journal. It's something that you will accompany.
I think living autobiography. I think you could synthesize some of that if it was indeed an autobiography. If you had it where there was based on each decade and each year certain recommendations that were made that allowed you to easily personalize, and then you could go and go off on a tangent on that. So for example, it says, I was born in 1960 in this town in Wisconsin, and based on that and based on this data, here's what we think is possible based on your life. So essentially you're going to have this crazy decision engine that's running this, but it'll be like, because you were 10 in 1970, this is probably the toy that you were playing with and what you were watching. Select this, and we added this, and here's a big event that you want to add. So then it can, that's where it'll be culling that public domain data as kind of backfill that you could say, oh, and this is the year I broke my leg, and this is the year I got my first kiss. So then it could go to something that's like a timeline where it's just by the very nature of it pretty, and then you can upload your own images, what have you. But if you don't have anything, it'll still have information and imagery that's in there that will allow you to say, here's my life in a nutshell, but it's based on me essentially filling out survey questions and then where I have more information filling out.
I mean, it oddly reminds me a little bit of eHarmony 399 questions questionnaire.
And in the end,
And
the data.
Facebook app. I could just see people creating their own.
I would be fine if I can get the eHarmony level of revenues.
But imagine you have a partnership with eHarmony.
I'm done.
Oh,
You got 4 seconds.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
What's that sound?
Anybody else want to speak?